Today's episode is more than a reaction to politics. It is a survival guide for the side hustle generation. We are unpacking the truth behind Trump's big, beautiful bill, how it impacts working class families, and why building your own income stream might be your best protection. If you are wondering how to launch with no team, no budget, and no idea where to start, I got you covered. Let us get into it after the intro. I will be right back shortly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to the Pulse, where the paper gets cracking. Creativity and strategy make it all happen. You ain't gotta sell, just market with flair. Put your plan on the map and leave them in despair. Smooth as jazz notes, the deals get closed. Ideas flowing like rivers, watch them explode. Through each campaign, we paint with precision. No need for selling, just spark the vision. Creativity reigns, we master the plan. From concept to launch, we make the stand. Strategies tight, rhythm in check. Welcome to the Pulse, where we break the net.
What's Gucci fan? Welcome to the Post of Marketing on this Marketing Monday. I'm your host, Coach LJ, and you already know the vibe. You don't have to know how to sell, but you do have to know how to market. Now, let us keep it 100. Today's episode is titled Trump's Big Beautiful Bill, Side Hustle Survival Guide. While the headlines celebrate this so-called cat win, the streets tells a different story. Let me ask you, how do you win in a game where the rules keep changing? Come on, let's be real. How do we win in a game when the rules keep changing and they were not written for you in the first place? Yeah, think about that. I would like to know, have you ever attempted to build something from scratch with no help, no funding, and no connections? I did. And that is why this moment right here became my next opportunity window, and it can be yours too. So, if you have been sitting on an idea, waiting for better timing or more support, let this be your signal to stop waiting and start building. Because when the system shifts, your strategy has to shift too. I will be right back after this quick break, and then we are diving into our first session.
Look, I know you have seen the headlines. New tax bill signed, prices rising, benefits threatened, and the working class left scrambling again. Let me keep it real with you. Congress will keep playing their games, but your bills are real. Your dreams are real. Your family's future is real. And in times like this, there is one thing that changes the game: owning your own income. That is why I created the Total Business Assets Bootcamp, a 6-month hands-on mentorship that helps you turn your idea into a real business, even if money is tight, even if you have never done this before. You will get a clear launch plan, a brand that connects, marketing strategies that actually work, and a supportive community. No gatekeepers, no fluff, just you taking back control. And here's the move. We are allowing a few founder members to get lifetime access for just $297 a year. That is less than your grocery bill, but it can feed your family for years. The politicians can play politics, but you can build. Your next opportunity window starts now. Click the link, join the bootcamp, and let us build your breakthrough together. Do not wait for them to change your life. Take it back. Let us get to work, and I will see you inside the boot camp. Peace.
Let us kick it off with the real deal behind the tax bill. who is winning, who is losing, and what it really means for your wallet. We are talking tax cuts versus safety net cuts, and why that gap could be the exact reason you need to launch your side hustle now. Let us get into the real deal behind this so-called big beautiful bill. Because while some folks are out here clapping about tax cuts, others are quietly checking their cabinets, wondering how they will make it through next week. Have you ever had a little more show up on your paycheck, but even less left in your fridge? That is what we call a forced win. And this is why today's segment matters. Tax cuts may look good in the headlines, but the reality is what you gain in one hand, the system quietly takes from the other. According to the Congressional Budget Office 2025, under this latest bill, the top 1% of earners will receive an average annual tax rate of $12,000. Yes, $12,000 that the top 1% of earners will receive on average an annual tax rate. So what that tell you? That tells us that it is better to be in the top 1% so that we can start taking advantage of these annual average tax rates of $12,000. We got to be in the top 1% if we want to take advantage, if we want to win with 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 our income. Is very important that we start thinking what kind of side hustle that I could get into. Because meanwhile, the bottom 10% of households will experience an expected annual loss of $1,600, primarily due to rollback in public assistance and safety net programs. Let us consider the fact versus reality. Because sure, your income tax might go down a bit, but what if you lose SNAP benefits or child care credits or subsidized health care? Let me illustrate the point with a story. A sister I coach, let us call her Tasha, works 2 jobs and still qualifies for food assistance. After this bill, her monthly groceries benefit got slashed. She called me crying, Coach, the tax break put $40 back in my check, but they took $150 out my EBT. That is not a win. Let us keep it 100. $40 cannot cover what $140 used to, especially when you have kids to feed, gas to buy, and rent that is not paying. And let us pause for a moment. What is your backup plan when tax relief does not cover your real life costs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And here is the marketing mindset flip. When safety net shrinks, your strategy must stretch. So, what can you do even on a budget? Build your own net. Start your side hustle now. Don't wait anymore. Don't wait any longer. Start your side hustle now. And you can use Canva to design your offer and ConvertKit to build an email list. Additionally, you can use ChatGPT, aka Market Sensei, to create a content plan. But the goal is you gotta start. Don't hesitate. Don't cry. No, get started now. Get started now. Don't cry. Prepare yourself for this wave that are coming in, for the opportunity that's coming to the top 1%. Prepare yourself today so that you can be on the other side when these tax breaks start kicking in. It is essential to understand that you need to know your leverage. Tax cuts might give you a boost, but redirect that into building something sustainable. You can invest that extra $20 or $50 a month into digital tools, courses, or pay ads. Flip it and engage your audience with empathy. If you are marketing to a working class community, speak their language. Do not promise quick wins. Show them the pathways to sustainability through service, strategy, and consistency. Here is a strategy in action. Use messaging like, if your benefits are dropping, but your dreams are not, it is time to turn what you know into what you earn. Now, here is the kicker. While the bill provides temporary relief to some, it is accumulating long term debt for everyone. So, up next, I believe that's me. Now we are talking about how this bill fuels a deeper issue, the regressive effect and debt trap, and why you cannot afford to ignore the real price of political promises. Let us go there and keep this conversation rolling, fam. So, we just broke down tax cuts versus safety net cuts. And the reality is that what looks like a win in the headlines is often a loss in your household. However, we now need to go a little deeper. Let us talk about the long game and how the system keeps recycling struggle for the working class. How Wall Street parties while Main Street pays. Let me keep it a buck with you. Every time a bill like this gets signed, Wall Street pops champagne, but Main Street pulls out the calculator. According to the Congressional Budget Office 2025, Trump's new tax regulations is projected to increase the national deficit by 3 to 4 trillion over the next decade. And who ends up paying the interest on that debt? Not the billionaires cashing in from stock paybacks. It is us. You see, the top 1% gains an average of $12,000 a year from this bill, while the bottom 20% do not. They actually lose an estimated $1,600 a year in lost benefits and support. That is not just numbers on a spreadsheet. That is groceries, gas money, and childcare. Now, let me bring this home with a quick story. Let us say my aunt works 2 jobs. She has been holding it down in childcare for 15 years and working as an office cleaner on the side. Her paycheck did not go up. Rent did. Groceries did. And then her Section 8 voucher was reduced and her SNAP benefits were cut back. Now, tell me, how does a $300 tax return compensate for 4,000 in lost support? She did not need a tax break. She needed real backup. And that is what millions of Americans are feeling right now. Let us get technical. How this applies to marketing. Here is the strategy play for entrepreneurs. When debt traps grow and safety nets shrink, people begin to seek their own income solutions. That is your opportunity window. So ask yourself, how can your product or service serve someone living paycheck to paycheck? Can you position your offer as a path to stability and security? Can you start your business lean on a budget and still provide value? Try this. Use language in your marketing that speaks to survival and success. For example, instead of saying scale your biz fast, say build a side hustle that feeds your family. You are not just selling a solution, you are offering peace of mind. When the system gets shakier, The side hustle becomes your safety net. Let us explore how building your own income stream can protect you from the instability these policies create. Stay with me because the next move might just be your breakthrough moment. Next up, I believe that's me with protection through side hustle. How to build your own financial lifeline. All right, fam, let us get real for a moment. If the debt trap and disappearing safety nets we just talked about did not convince you to take action, the next part might. Here is the truth. And I want to be clear with you and I want to keep it honest. Your best protection in 2025 is not a raise. It is a revenue stream and not just any stream, one you own, control, and grow, even when the economy does not cooperate. Let me ask you something. If your job disappeared tomorrow, how long could you stay afloat without borrowing or breaking down? Just think about that for a moment. For real. Let us just think, let's pause and just reflect on those questions, even on your spare time. Even when you're not listening to this episode, just think about, just begin to start asking yourself some questions. And I just gave you two questions. If your job disappeared tomorrow, how long could you stay afloat without borrowing or breaking down? How long? Because now I know that question stings for some of us because I have been there. After my hours were cut back during the early 2000 recession, I had to scramble, no plan B, just pressure. But now, plan A, side hustle is the new plan B. Actually, it is the new plan A. For many folks, real talk, the side hustle economy is here. YouTube is blowing up. Social media influences is blowing up. The side hustle economy is here. The Kaufman Foundation reports that 42% of American workers now have a side project outside of their main job. And the numbers are even higher in communities of color. Why? Because we know we cannot rely on trickle down relief when the roof is leaking. And check this, according to statistics in 2024, over 70 million people in the U.S. reported having some form of side hustle. That is not a trend. It is a shift. But here's the kicker. I recently met a former Uber driver who used to work nights just to cover rent. But instead of staying stuck, he leveraged his knowledge of customer service and navigation to build a coaching business that helps other drivers turn their downtime into productivity. In 6 months, he doubled his earnings with Uber by simply leveraging his existing knowledge. The lesson: you do not need more jobs, you need more ownership. So here's your game plan to protect yourself with a side hustle on a budget because you do not need thousands of dollars to get started, especially now with YouTube, AI. It is much cheaper today to start a business than it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So you don't need a lot to get started if you have a phone, a workable laptop, you have AI. I mean, you can start like very minimal, very low. Here is how you can move smart today. One, inventory your skills because we all have skills, either job experience, educational knowledge, or just a gift because we all was born with a gift. And so what you can do is when you inventory your skills, when you're looking deep inside of you, when you take an inventory, mark a list of things you know how to do that others struggle with. That is your gold mine. Two, pick a low cost platform. Canva, like I do. I use Canva. I love Canva. And now I just learned that there's something new in Canva that you can take advantage of, you know, GEO3, from Google. It's also in Canva. So if you got the pay version in Canva, you can create videos. It's only 8 seconds though. It's not like GO3, but you know what? 8 seconds is better than nothing. And you can do like 5 a day and just create videos. And it's, oh man, it's amazing. It's amazing. So definitely, I like Canva. So pick a low cost platform. You got Canva, you got Gunrow, Notion, YouTube, and ConvertKit. My four: Canva, Notion, YouTube, ConvertKit. Notion, I use for my ideas, especially podcast ideas, book, because I got like three other book launches that I have after I publish this book that's coming out shortly. Quick, shut up. After I publish this book, I have three other ideas that I want to do with the book. So Notion, I'm using Notion for all my ideas, um, case studies, any research, anything I find out about, or anything that I wrote, I put in Notion, so that when I'm ready to start writing, I can go back to my notes. So choose one, either one. You don't have to choose all of them because I prefer the pay version. You're gonna choose it. Go in. I prefer the pay version. YouTube, the good thing about YouTube, you don't have to pay for it. And ConvertKit, you don't have to pay for it after 1,000 subscribers. So once you get to 1,000 subscribers in ConvertKit, then you start paying for it. But YouTube I love YouTube because it is free. It is a social media, and they have a lot of active. They have they double digits and millions in active users daily. Double digits and millions active users watching YouTube. So I'm gonna say pick YouTube, and I'm definitely gonna say pick Camera because these are my two to record this episode. And these tools are either free or offer a premium model. Like I said, they're either free or offer free. YouTube is definitely free. Notion is free, but to take advantage of the full everything, you want to pay at least the next tier, from the free version, the next tier, so that you can really take advantage of different things inside Notion. And again, Camera, take advantage of the different pro aspects of Camera. You want that 12.99 plan. So you can build a landing page, email list, and lead magnet without breaking the bank with those tools right there. Notion, YouTube, ConvertKit, Canva, Gunroll. You could do all that, you know, without breaking the bank. Without breaking the bank. Three, start small, then stack. Offer one simple product or service, a $50 consultation, an ebook, a 3-day challenge, whatever fits your lane. Focus on results, not perfection. And here is a question to drop in the comments that I would like to hear from you. What is one skill you have that you have not yet turned into income? Let us workshop it together. And this is exactly what we teach in the Total Business Assets Bootcamp: how to turn your idea into income, your income into consistency, and your consistency into a brand. We guide you through it, one strategy at a time. Even if you have never launched a business before, you are scared to fail, or you think it is too late to start, we turn side hustlers into business builders. Because when Congress is cutting checks with one hand and taking benefits with the other, you cannot afford not to build your own table. If this is hitting home, fam, stick with me. Before we wrap up, I am issuing a practical challenge to help you launch your side hustle this week using only free tools. Then I will show you exactly how the bootcamp supports your journey step by step. So do not go anywhere. All right, fam, let us land this plane. Here is the move you can run after this episode. How to recession proof your wallet one small step at a time. Easy. Start this week with just one skill and take action. That's it. That's the move that you need to make this week. Start this week with just one skill that you have inside of you and take action. Even if you like cooking, you like cleaning, whatever make you like writing, whatever that skill is, you take that one skill. You like talking, speaking. You take that one skill and you just take action. And again, it could be writing a service list, building a one-page site, designing your first freebie on Canva, or even just going live and telling your story. Just that simple. For real, just that simple. Because here's the hard truth. That beautiful big bill might sound good on paper, but the Congressional Budget Office report that the top 1% will gain over 12,000 annually. I know I'm beating down a dead horse. I said that multiple times because I need you to understand it. This Congressional Budget Office reports that the top 1% will gain over 12,000 annually, while the bottom 10% will lose close to 1,600 through benefit cuts and inflation pressures. Let that sink in. If you think now is not the time, I'm telling you, now is the time. Don't wait. Now is the time. Um, again, let it sink in. That is not policy. That is survival. So if we are waiting for the government to come save us, we are already late. Real talk. We have seen what happens when jobs get automated, benefits shrink, and prices rise. It's not easy. With AI, jobs gonna be lost. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. We cannot simply budget our way out of economic pressure. We must build our way out. Let me say that again, please. For those that are in the back, for those that are next to you, let me say that again. Go grab your neighbor, whatever it may be. Let me say that again for those individuals who are afraid to start, because we do have some individuals who are afraid to start. We cannot simply budget our way out of economic pressure. We must build our way out. And your build starts here. So ask yourself, what is the one thing I do that people thank me for? And how can I turn that into value that the market can find? Do not overthink it. Start with what is in your hands, whether you are good at hair, organizing events, designing visuals, or just have a strong voice and message. You already have what it takes. You got this. You have what it takes already. You got this. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Use what's in your hand and take action. What you need is support, strategy, and structure. That is where we come in. If you want to go deeper, faster, without trial and error, eating up your time and energy, the Total Business Assets Bootcamp was built with you in mind. It is where you go to turn your side hustle into a system, where you go from survival to strategy, because you are not just building a business, you are building your backup plan, your breakthrough, your freedom. And if you thought This was real. Next week episode is titled How to Win When Government Cuts You Off. We will break down how to generate leads and income without relying on outside help. Simply using what is already within you. You do not want to miss it. Thank you for rocking with me today on this Marketing Monday right here on the Pulse of Marketing. If this sparked something in you, if it got your wheels turning, then here is how we can keep this fire lit. Subscribe to the Pulse of Marketing wherever you get your podcast. Follow me on social for daily gems and real talk. Like and rate the show. It helps more people discover content that moves them. And hey, share this episode with someone you love who is ready to build something that lasts. Because the truth is, every market shift, tax cut, or otherwise, is just another net opportunity window. But only if you are prepared to walk through it. So until next time, stay visible, stay valuable, and stay ready. Let us keep building one strategy at a time. And as I always say, you don't have to know how to sell, but you do have to know how to market. And you know what's coming next. Deuces! Peace!
Look, I know you have seen the headlines. New tax bill signed. Prices rising. Benefits threatened. And the working class left scrambling again. Let me keep it real with you. Congress will keep playing their games, but your bills are real. Your dreams are real. Your family's future is real. And in times like this, there is one thing that changes the game: owning your own income. That is why I created the Total Business Assets Bootcamp, a 6-month hands-on mentorship that helps you turn your idea into a real business, even if money is tight, even if you have never done this before. You will get a clear launch plan, a brand that connects, marketing strategies that actually work, and a supportive community. No gatekeepers, no fluff, just you taking back control. And here's the move. We are allowing a few founder members to get lifetime access for just $297 a year. That is less than your grocery bill, but it can feed your family for years. The politicians can play politics, but you can build. Your next opportunity window starts now. Click the link, join the bootcamp, and let us build your breakthrough together. Do not wait for them to change your life. Take it back. Let us get to work, and I will see you inside the bootcamp. Peace.